Look, we've all tried it. We've all tried the affirmations, staring into the mirror, repeating, the same sayings over and over and over again. We've sat there before, listening to the subliminals for hours on end, and nothing came out of it. And in the end, we felt nothing different, and the physical world didn't change at all. But here's the really interesting thing that they never tell you about the techniques themselves. And I do truly believe that everyone who wants to control you will externalize your power, and everyone who wants to empower you will internalize your power. And we'll go more into this as the video goes on. But for now, the thing that they don't tell you about the techniques is that it is not about the techniques themselves that actually generate reality and actually bring you the opportunities that can make you rich, that can bring you that love, that can bring you that health, that happiness that you've been seeking all this time along. No, it's actually the mental and emotional state that they put you into. It's not about the words, it's not about the way that you say it, although that does matter to a certain degree, but the main thing that you should be always aiming for, whether you do visualizations, whether you do affirmations, scriptings, even subliminals, that's totally up to you. What matters and what's the most important thing about all of this is the mental and emotional state that it generates within you, and how long you can actually stay in that mental and emotional state without getting that frequency, interrupted. Because whether you realize it or not, your consciousness creates reality. And I know that it has become a buzzword in the manifestation space that, those manifestation guys, they think that, they can just sit there and think on the couch and everyone and everything will just come to them. But if we really break this down both scientifically and through religious texts that are actually thousands of years old, then you'll completely see what I mean. For example, the double slit experiment, where subatomic particles literally behaved differently when they were observed and when they were not. And also through religious scriptures, like for example, on earth as it is in heaven, which is from the Bible. Earth, meaning the physical world that you can perceive with all five of your physical senses, and heaven pertaining to a state of mind where you have what it is that you desire. Because we as humans, we exist on three planes of existence. There's the mental plane, the spiritual plane, and the physical plane. We primarily live in the physical plane. That's why many people think that it is the only real thing that is actually out there. But before anything can exist physically, it first must exist vibrationally, which is a combination of mental and emotional energies. Mental, pertaining to thoughts, beliefs, identities, emotionally charged convictions, and all of these things that you hold about the world. And then on the spiritual plane, they get charged with emotion. And what is emotion? It's energy in motion. That means that when that thought, which is basically a vibration, gets fed energy, then it becomes a way stronger vibration. And then the universe recognizes it. And then it starts to pull people, conditions, circumstances, timings, and events that will actually lead you to that desired reality of yours. However, you do need to take physical action. Don't just think that you can just sit on your fat ass and, I don't know, drink beer all day long and everything will come to you. No. You still need to take physical action. Now, that doesn't mean that the physical action has to be difficult. Not to any degree at all. You decide how hard the action is, because you don't react to the world. The world reacts to you. The universe reacts to your mental and emotional state of mind. And that's why these secret techniques that everyone talks about, it's not about the technique itself. It's about the mental and emotional state that they put you into. That's why some people succeed with affirmations. That's why some people succeed with visualizations. That's why some people succeed with subliminals. Because they believe, or in fact, on a deeper level, they know that it's gonna get them there. And then, once those opportunities express themselves. They actually take the action and then they attain it. Because those secret techniques won't work unless you put your emotional conviction into them. That's all how it works. That's the secret about about the secret techniques. And more importantly, there are some people that will never read a self-improvement book, a manifestation book, or any manifestation videos at all. There are some people that will never visualize, that will never do affirmations, that will never listen to subliminals, and yet they create such a powerful frequency, which is a combination of their mental and emotional states, that actually correspond with the desired reality that they want. And then they make it. Because, like I already said, it's not about the technique itself, the external thing. It's about the mental and emotional state that those techniques put you into. You can use them as help. You can use them to generate that vibrational state for the first time. However, after some time, you need to be cautious about not falling into the trap of being emotionally dependent on that technique, because after some while, and I've been through this, so I can confirm this to you, you will literally start to crave that technique when reality starts to get you wrong. You know, the sun won't shine anymore, the people will be a little more mean than usual, your mood will be way worse, but it's not actual, but and then you will feel like if you're not doing the technique, then you're not being productive. And that's the trap that you need to watch out for. And do you know why? Do you know why do you know why the mental and emotional state is actually more important than the technique itself? Well, like I already said, it's because of the frequency. And your frequency gets managed on two levels, conscious and subconscious. Conscious is whatever you're feeling and thinking right now, right? But on a subconscious level, which is so much more powerful than your conscious level, your frequency gets managed too. So your conscious mind doesn't really have that much of a saying when it comes to calibrating your frequency. It's mainly your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind is programmed by repetition and emotion. But it's primarily emotion because, many people say that, oh, just repeat this affirmation 1,000 times and you will get it. But no, think about it. A person needs to be traumatized once for their entire reality to shift forever. And trauma doesn't need to be something very extremely bad. No. It can be also something very good. And that's what we're doing here in manifestation. We're basically using this loophole of understanding how our subconscious mind works and how it calibrates our frequency by impressing the right thoughts and the right emotions onto it so that it gets reprogrammed, and then the right people, conditions, timings, circumstances, and events get attracted into our life. So then we can take physical action and actually succeed and actually get what it is that we want. It's literally that simple. Your subconscious mind loves emotion. It's the language that it uses. And it's the only language that it understands because it is purely spiritual and abstract and emotional. It's not logical and analytical like your conscious mind. They are complete opposites. Therefore, you need to reprogram it by impressing the right mental and emotional states that you would feel upon attaining your desired reality. That's why you hear concepts of people saying, oh, just fake it until you make it. Just be it before the world proves it to you. Because it actually works like that. Because think about it. You can breathe right now, right? Unless you actually have some problems with breathing. But the vast majority of us can do it effortlessly. And why? You can breathe on bad days and on the good days also without any difficulty at all. And why? Because your subconscious mind accepts it as a fact on such a deep level that it's not even a question. Because you've lived the majority of your life just feeling nothing towards it. Of course, if you're like a very big optimist, then you can say that you're grateful that you're breathing, but overall, you just feel nothing towards it. Genuinely nothing. It's something that you just know that you can do. Even on the worst days, even if the world was gonna end tomorrow, it doesn't matter. It's still gonna work. You're still gonna breathe. That's how it works. And, and the reason why is because your mind is an aspect of our infinite creator. Now, without crossing any religious boundaries, whether that one creator that is infinite, you call him either God, Allah, I don't know, the infinite intelligence, you can call him anything. But what we can all agree on is that we come from one infinite creator, and we share an aspect of him within us, or an aspect of it because it is above the universal law of gender, but that's a topic for a whole nother video. And yeah, that aspect of him within us, or it within us, is our mind. Our mind is above the limits of the universe, the physical world, the third dimension, whatever you want to call it, of time and space. It is above all of these restraints. Therefore, your subconscious mind doesn't perceive time as, past, present, future. The only time that exists in the subconscious mind is the here and now. Therefore, if you have something that is contradictory to your desired reality within your consciousness, where there is a belief, a conviction, a thought that you're thinking right now, either consciously or subconsciously, that doesn't serve you, then it's only there to control you. And if it is contradictory towards your desired reality, then that will be like trying to run while having a wall in front of you. It's just not going to work. And even if you try to do physical action, your intuition will be calibrated on the frequency of losing, on the frequency of lacking, right? And so then you need to start cleaning. And then, once everything in your subconscious mind is reflective of someone that is in your desired reality that already has what it is that he seeks, then you will feel nothing towards it. You will feel nothing towards making that 10K per month. And it will be something that you just feel so natural to you. It will just come on, and you know that it will arrive both on the good days and on the bad days also, because it will not be bound by anything external. Because whatever the world gives to you, whether that is mentally, emotionally, or physically, it will also take away. But whatever you give yourself within, through your imagination, and through the mental and emotional state that you allow yourself to step into, and whatever you allow yourself to normalize within your subconscious mind, that will never be taken away from you by the universe, the third dimension, the physical world, whatever you want to call it. It's all about normalizing it within. And that's what the secret techniques are meant to do. They are meant to put you into that mental and emotional state that is the equivalent of your desired reality. And then all of it will work. Absolutely guaranteed. Once you feel nothing towards it, once you aren't motivated to even think about it in your visualization sessions, in your affirmations, once you feel nothing towards it, once you don't even desire it at all, that's the point where you know your frequency is calibrated perfectly. And that's where you know you can start taking the right physical action. Because the physical action that we take is determined by your intuition. Your intuition is made up of two words: inner tuition, inner teaching. Therefore, it is quite literally the cheat code that you get from that state of consciousness of someone that is within your desired reality already, and that person is giving you cheat codes. That version of yourself is quite literally telling you how to get there. The problem is, many people don't even know what kind of state of mind they are occupying right now, what kind of frequency they are on right now. But once you're already there, once you feel nothing towards that desired reality or your goal that you have right now, then that's where you know the action that you take will always lead you there. Okay? Frequency first, action second. Always remember that. And frequency is an interchangeable term. You can interchange it with consciousness, imagination, self-concept, state of mind. It's all the same thing. Energy even. And yeah, that's about it. You need to give it to yourself within, because if you allow the world to give it to you, then the world will also take it away from you. You need to normalize it until the point where you feel nothing towards it. You need to find out what that mental and emotional state is that you would feel upon attaining that desired reality. And you need to use whatever technique that you wish to normalize it as much as possible until you feel literally nothing towards that reality or goal of yours that you desire. And once it is normalized, once you feel truly nothing towards it, that's where you know that you've won. And of course, don't forget that you shouldn't be completely dependent on that technique, because once you do, then you will feel unproductive whenever you don't do it. And that would defeat the entire purpose of you doing it in the first place. So yeah, it's about the power that you hold within and not about the power without. It's not about the technique itself, it's about the mental and emotional state that that technique puts you into. If there's one thing that you take away from this video, let it be that. Let it be that. It's not about the technique itself, it's about the mental and emotional state that it puts you into. Because like we already know, that reprograms your subconscious mind, and then your entire reality gets remolded, so then you can start taking the right action, and yeah, it will work out absolutely perfectly. And you can start building this confidence with something small. You can, for example, materialize a ladder. You can imagine a ladder, in your imagination, whilst you're, for example, in a deep meditative state, or you can do it with anything. You can visualize a car, you can visualize a penny, you can visualize a couch, I don't know, a clothes, for example. It can be truly anything. And once you start stacking up these small wins, then over time, materializing what it is that you actually want will become so effortless that it will truly feel like breathing. By the way, if you're more interested about this manifestation stuff and just healthy mindsets that fix your life and improve it forever, then you can check out my Timeless Reader's Mindsets in the description. It is something life-changing, and just look at these people. They've benefited so much from my videos, and they haven't even seen a single life lesson from that course. But no pressure, of course. It is just something that, if you grow to like me, then you can buy. But until then, take care, my timeless reader. I hope that you took something from it, and yeah, go implement it, and have a nice rest of your day.